let's navigate to the product detail screen. Then we're going to make sure that the loading indicator is disabled or is invisible. Then we're going to wait till the request is done, and we're going to test if the product has the correct data. So let's implement the first one. It's gonna be launch product screen or navigate to product screen. So I think that has, let's go to the navigation commands. So we will do Cypress and commands, add. Of course, we have to register the command first. So I'm gonna call it, and one thing that I have forgot to tell you is under the layout, because I just remember under the layout or router, sorry, in the routes, instead of children, I have done capitalize C. So it was like this. This is wrong. So don't forget this. And let's come back to the end-to-end test. So in the navigate, we will do here something like launch product detail screen. Only want to test with one product. And if you want to keep it dynamic, you can do that, but it requires a lot of work. So just not gonna do it for this tutorial, perhaps in another tutorial. So first of all, going to intercept get endpoint product and details and one, because this is the ID of the first product. What is the related fixture? Paste it here and add JSON. Let's name it as get product detail. All right. And we will visit product and one. We have to make sure that the loading indicator is invisible. So let's come back to the definition of this. I'm going to change this name to assert to a more generic one. Progress or loading indicator is visible, and it's going to be called here. All right, so we don't have to implement this. We need to add just one function or one assertion. It's going to be assert has correct product detail. So under the command, the index and chainable void. Under products commands, it reminds me actually of the robot pattern, which is great. So I have done a mistake here. So instead of here, we have to do product of type product. And we need to pass the product in parameter. We need to make sure that the title matches the exact data. Why? Because in the product detail screen, we need to get the text of this span that is identifiable with this text subtitle one. Product and title should exist. We do the same thing for the price. So again, should exist, which means that we have the correct data, and or at least we are displaying the correct data. And the next one, it should be for the description. We know for sure that the product is in stock, so we're gonna say product in stock. So what you have to do is contains text caption, product, and quantity. It should exist. The next assertion for the products category. Now for the images. So now it's a little bit complicated here because we have to scroll or to click on the carousel and check if the correct image exists. So to do that, we're going to do products and the media. And for each, verify the first image exists. And you have to make some research to find the right CSS class for this carousel. And we have to run this CSS query. The source for the image, it should have to do this. Add here $, and image and original. So here we're going to do scroll into view. It should exist. So now we are testing the first image that has to exist. If it's not the last image, we have to click on next button to go to the next image. So that's what we're gonna do. Index, product image, length -1. So this is not the, if it's not the last image, we're gonna click next. To click next, again, you have to do some research to find the correct CSS class. Next button, I'm going to perform click on this UI element. Let's wait for a while, just time out to wait for 500 milliseconds for the animation to finish. I think that's pretty much it for this assertion. Now create a new file. It's gonna be called the product detail screen, which stands for the end-to-end test for this product detail screen. So describe, before each, navigate product detail screen. Now let's run the first test. Assert loading indicator is visible. Second test, and inside we're going to wait for this get product detail. Not get for sure, but it's gonna be wait. I'm going to read the fixture. We've got a response, Cypress, and assert. Product has correct product detail, and we would like to do response and data. So that's pretty much it for the test. As usual, I'm going to add custom command that we have to run in order to test our end-to-end test. I'm gonna call it test product detail. So it's gonna be the same. npx Cypress run product detail green headed and debug Cypress with. So I think that's pretty much it. Finger crossed. So here we go. Yeah, that's very great. Let's run again the test. As you can see, it's very fast. So here we go. I think that we are done with the home screen and product screen. For the next end-to-end test, it's gonna be the authentication. If you will, we can add another test for the home screen, can navigate to product detail screen. So basically we're gonna just launch the home screen, wait for the get products to finish, and navigate to the product detail, and URL should be product detail. So I'm going to show you this briefly. It's going to be cool because we need to learn basically how to manage different stuff or to test different stuff. So here for the describe function, we will launch the home screen. Yeah. Afterward, we're going to test. So we need to click on learn more to navigate to product detail. So in order to do that, we have to make sure. So I'm going to delete everything from here. I'm gonna leave it here as it is. So we need to add another function or another command. It's gonna be navigate to product detail. So under commands, index for that matter, it's gonna be the index of the product. So under the navigation command, I'm gonna add a new command, navigate to product detail, and we need here the index. It's pretty simple. So Cypress and Git, we need to look for the learn more button, and let's find the component that has this CSS class toggle show. We're going to click. So now let's go to the end-to-end test. So we said before we're going to launch the home screen. After we need to test here, first of all, to wait for the request to finish as we have defined before. The request is here, get products. After we will navigate product details, and we need to provide the index. Basically, it is the sunglasses product. So we need to assert that the URL should include product and 1. At the end, to navigate back to the main screen, Cypress and launch home screen. So let's run the test. And this is very great actually, because we know for sure that our tests are independent and does not interfere with each other. In the same screen, home screen, just add a to-do here to not forget about this text. So now it's going to be our last end-to-end test, which is the authentication end-to-end test. In this particular end-to-end test, first of all, I'm going to describe the test. So first of all, going to launch home screen, add a test. So here I'm going to do add login command. So let's go to the commands, login command, no parameters and chainable. So let's create a new file. It's going to be for authentication commands. Define the login command. So basically what we will do here in this toolbar, we need to click on this, where is the login button? Yeah, we need to click here. We have defined here the vbind data test. So this is actually very good because we're going to attach whatever you want as an attribute for testing purposes. It's like done in pretty much all other languages. It's called the accessibility identifier or the automation identifier. So this is the automation identifier login model button. So we're gonna use it here. UI element that has this data test equal login model button. I'm going to perform click here and it's going to open for us the model. Now let's wait for half a second for the animation to finish and the element to appear. And the element that we want to wait for, it's going to be the model. First of all, let's create the endpoint to intercept and let's give it a name, login request. Under login form, we have added this attribute to identify our text field. So we need to fill some text in this text field as well as in this text field. So that's what we're gonna do. So Cypress gets element, put some text, my email, and for the password, so login button, and we have to do click here. Let's wait for a while. This login request, what we should do, and basically here what we're gonna do, we're going to see that the status code is 200, and we need to load from the fixture, and let's make sure that we have the correct data. Expect login interceptor or interception response status code to be equal to 100. And let's read from the fixture, a user, type user. It will be the response data and user. And where else? We need now to check the data. I'm gonna call this user actual login intercept and response and body data and user. Expect actual user ID. It has to be equal to user ID. All right, so we're going to do the same thing for the rest. When the user is gonna be authenticated, we're going to save the data in local storage. So in order to do that, we need to access the local storage. Let's go to the constants or storage key. Expect actual storage to not be null. We need to parse the data. Test first of all that the parsed data, and we're gonna access the theme. It could be dark theme or light theme, it doesn't matter. Let's get the products IDs. So now we got the array for the product ID, and let's call constant the expected products IDs, because here in the fixture we have the products IDs 3 and 1. Run a for loop over the expected products IDs. We're going to test if this actual product IDs to include the ID. All right, so that's pretty much it for the auth command. In the authentication, here I'm gonna do Cypress login. So this is a test, and as usual, let's come back to the package JSON, and I'm gonna copy this test auth authentication and the same parameters. Most likely it's gonna fail, but I don't know, because I have doubts about the password. So npm run, let's go. Does it have to do with this? I don't know. Oh yeah, I think that the problem is from the from importing constants. I don't know why it fails, but I have just replaced the get item auth storage and it worked. So let's come back to the command or the auth command. So let's uncommand this. So it's typing. Yeah, as I told you, this is not the right password. So I've just changed the password and let's see the test. There is no, all right. So the problem is that you have to create a user, then you can proceed. Going to register a user. So let's go ahead and create a new command. It's going to be called register. Let's go back to the auth. Basically, it's going to be the same thing as this one. So the name of the command is register. So we're going to open the model, going to wait for the animation, and we need to do register, or here it's going to be put. We have to do some changes here in the login form. So we need to access this method to switch button, and we're gonna do click. So, and again, we're going to wait for 500 half a second, just for the animation to be done. And let's come back to the register form, and let's add the needed attributes here. So we have to do the same thing, fill the needed fields, and here we're going to wait for this. I'm gonna call it register interception. There's nothing that we can test here except it's 200. So here I'm gonna do Cypress and get, and the text so contains the username is gonna be this. It's not hard. It's not good to hard code this, but it's all right. In the register form, so it is register alert. So hopefully it's gonna work. I don't know. So let's go to the authentication. Comment this for now. Going to launch the home screen, and instead of login, it has to be register. Let's go ahead and run this. So I don't know. Perhaps it's gonna work. Perhaps it's not gonna work. It fails to get the confirmed password for some reason. Oh yes, we have forgot to add this. So let's run again the test. For some reason, you have seen it also, the green indicator that the user has been authenticated. And oh yes, this is 201, expecting 201, 200. In our case, let's match the same one. It's going to be 201. Check the database, which is not good. This is why you have to run your tests in mock data, because right now we have to change the authenticated user and we have to change all the data, so which is not good. Let's go to users. And we have basically the users that we have created. I don't think we can go ahead and delete this because we don't have any related data for the user. So I'm gonna do it. This is the only case or the only solution. And let's go ahead and run again the test. Never test with real data. So initially we're going to test with the real data, and this method, it's not recommended at all. Register alerts never found. Perhaps we are doing something wrong. So we're gonna delete this. We're not gonna use it. And let's go to the Vuetify main website. So here we have Vuetify, and let's search for alerts. So let's go, for example, to this one. So basically we need to have, so this is the title and the text, which was we have here. It's contained in this div that has this class. So we need to copy this class. Let's go back to the command. So here I will add Cypress get past this this CSS class should. First of all, let's check if it exists. Visible contains. We are glad to have you with us, and we will pass the name. So this should work actually. As a reminder, we're not going to run this because it's going to fail anyway. Let's run the test. Now we are going to authenticate the user. So let's go. The created user here has the user ID. So let's update the fixture. So the fixture should be user. And we have, instead of Gmail, it's going to be email. And the ID is going to be 7. And for this wish list, comment the wish list for now. And again, this is the wrong thing to do. So again, you shouldn't test with real data. and the test passes.